Hey everybody, Drew here. I have a question for you. What would it look like if both you and your spouse really felt loved? Well, this week, my wife and I are going to be talking about the love tank and what it takes to keep that thing full. Hey everybody, Drew here. This is my wife, Jazmyn.
Hey everybody.
And we're going to be doing a video series on how to enrich your marriage. And today we're going to be showing you a great tool.
So ladies, if you're like me, you probably always dreamed that your wedding day was going to be your fairy tale ending. And I don't know about you guys, but I imagine that you probably thought that your wife was going to wait on you hand and foot. And then you got into your fairy tale ending the day after the wedding and woke up to a rude awakening. Marriage is not always happy, it's not always easy, it's hard work on a day-to-day basis. And when you go into it with those expectations that it's going to be 50-50, sometimes you feel like you're not loved or you're not being fulfilled, and it can be a bit of a letdown. So today we're going to be talking about a cool tool called the Love Tank on how to start to feel more enriched, how to open up communication between you and your spouse on how you can help each other to feel more loved. Because marriage, let me tell you, is not 50-50, it has to be 100-100. I'm 100% trying to serve my spouse and he's 100% trying to serve me.
Yeah, the truth is it really is 100-100 and it's not 50-50. Both parties, both spouses need to be 100% in if you want your marriage to succeed and if you want it to be something that you both enjoy. So in our faith tradition, we're Christians. There's a book in the Bible that's called Ephesians, and in chapter 5 it talks about how we are supposed to fully love one another, fully serve one another. And you know, sometimes when we go through life, we can feel like we're not being loved, or that that the other person is not thinking about us. And this tool that we want to share with you guys today is really a tool that you can use to help gauge where you are at, so that way you can better love one another and serve one another. So the cool tool that we want to share with you is called the Love Tank, and it comes from this book here called The 5 Love Languages. And through this series, we're going to tell you a little bit more about some of the contents in this book, so make sure to tune in for that. And if you want to get one of your own copies, make sure to check the notes down below on this video, so that way you can get your own copy. So basically, this is what the Love Tank is. We all know that we need to have fuel in our car if we want our car to run far, right? And if you're like me, you're always having your wife have to go fill up because you don't fill up the tank when you're supposed to. But and sometimes it's like that in our marriages too. If we don't keep the love tank full, our marriages aren't going to go far. They're not going to be fulfilling. They're not going to be enriched, right? And so, just like our car, we need to fill up our tank regularly. In our relationships with each other, we need to make sure that each other's love tank is full. And we can do that through various different ways. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But we want you to understand, you need to make sure that your tank is full.
So just like your car has a gas gauge so that you can see where you are and if you need to get fuel or whether you're full, we use a tool called the scale for the love tank, and you can ask your spouse how they're feeling on a scale of 1 to 10. So, hey babe, how's your love tank today on a scale of 1 to 10?
I think maybe it's at a 7.
So this is just a simple way that you can ask, and it takes reflection on your own part and on your spouse's part. He said a 7. That's not a 10. He's not completely full. So what does that mean? That means I need to dig a little deeper. He might need to do some more reflecting. There are times when he's asked me, how's your love tank today? And I'm like, I don't know. I have to think about it. So this tool involves a lot of self-reflection. It involves being willing to be present, and it just opens that door of communication as well.
Yeah, so the scaling question is a great question to institute in your marriage. And really what it is telling your spouse is that you actually care about them and that you do love them and you want to know how you can love them better. And it opens up that dialogue that may be missing. And it actually starts to build intimacy because you can start asking each other, where are you at? And the cool thing is once one spouse asks that question, then the other spouse also, it opens up the opportunity for them to ask that question to the other spouse. And so you can actually kind of see where both people are at. But there's one thing that's really important about that scaling question when you use it, is you need to be honest with one another. You can't give I'm doing a 9 or a 10 just because you don't want to upset someone. This is really a tool to help grow with each other into intimacy. So you need to be honest and you need to be clear with one another, because it's not going to get better if you're not honest, right?
Right. And no marriage is perfect. So there are going to be times where you say, hey babe, how's your love tank? How are you doing? And they might say, honestly, I'm running on fuels right now. You've been gone, you're working hard, or I just feel alone in the housework, whatever it may be. No marriage is perfect. It's okay to be honest because, like Drew said, it's not going to improve unless you open that dialogue and are willing to be honest with each other.
Yeah, and the cool thing about the scaling question is it's not something that you just ask once every 6 months, but this is something that you should probably build into the rhythm of your marriage. Maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. Really kind of get to see where each other at. And if it's a stressful season, maybe you're asking it a little bit more, because sometimes when we're stressed out, we kind of run through that love fuel a little faster than if things were kind of going smooth and sailing.
So once you've asked your partner how they're doing, how their love tank is, and they've given you an answer, if it's anything less than 10, there's obviously room for improvement, right? So this is an opportunity to say, hey, what can I do to fill your love tank today? How can I help you? This is where solutions comes into play. Your spouse needs to be honest with you. I am lacking in physical touch. Maybe you could give me a back massage today. This is my favorite one, everybody. I love back massages. Or I just need you to do the dishes for me after dinner tonight because I cooked and I was with the kids all day. Or I had a really stressful day at work and I need to unwind for a little bit. Can you distract the kids, keep them off me so that I can have some downtime to myself? These are all really simple solutions, but you need to be willing to come up with ideas. Don't leave your spouse hanging. I'm at a 7, babe, but I have no idea how you can help me improve. Isn't really a fair place to leave your spouse hanging. Right,
so you want to offer them solutions, and again, be open to what those solutions are. And you as the spouse that maybe is saying, I'm at a 7, but this would really help. I think also you need to be aware of the situation. Maybe you want that back massage, but at that time, your mate can't give you that back massage right then and there. Oh, and yeah, and that's okay. But that's where the dialogue comes in. Okay, babe, I really love you. Maybe tonight when the kids are in bed, I'll give you that back massage. Or tonight won't work because I have X, Y, Z. But how about tomorrow night? And you make that part of a plan and a date. And what happens is when you start meeting those solutions, when you start intentionally trying to fill your spouse's love tank, that in and of itself is a way of showing love to your spouse. And this is the thing, if both spouses are actively engaged in doing this, then you are going to walk around with tanks that are full as opposed to tanks that are running on empty. And I can tell you this, a lot of marriages are running on empty, and we want you to have your tanks running on full. And so if you use this tool, I can guarantee if both of you guys are actively using this, that your relationship will be enriched. So this is your homework. I want you and your spouse to use this scaling question to determine how full your love tank is. Maybe it's tonight after dinner when the kids are in bed. Maybe it's in the morning when you guys are having coffee together before the kids have woken up. Maybe it's when you guys are both working on dinner and the kids are watching TV. I don't know when, but use this question to figure out where you guys are at and find a solution on how you guys can better love one another. And just don't do it this once, but maybe put it on the calendar to ask every Thursday evening. I don't know, but I want you to make this a part of your rhythm of your marriage.
Hey guys, thanks so much for joining us on this. We hope that you'll join us next time, and we're just like you, we're trying to improve our marriage, so we'll be joining you in this homework.
Yep.
And we hope that it helps you both to feel more loved and to spread the love outwards.
Yeah, and so make sure to join us when on the next video. We're going to be talking, continuing on in the 5 love languages. You can look it up online. You can maybe get the book if you want to get the book, but awesome stuff that will help you grow in your marriage and enrich it. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.